Hello my fellow Renegades, this is Senior Lobo with TVRenegades.com. Today I'm going to go over one of the most important videos here in our little series. And it's always the first thing that I do if I ever run into trouble or things aren't working the way that they should. If you do this, you're going to get the most out of your Renegade box. I promise you that. The last thing I'm going to cover in this video are a few tips and tricks on how to get the best internet connection that you can. We're going to get started here. Right now we're on the home screen of our Renegade box. And you can see right now we have Titan highlighted. We're going to go up to where it says home. And we're going to go over to where it says setting. Hit the down arrow and you're going to see two options here. You can either connect with your Ethernet or your Wi-Fi. If we select Ethernet, simply click on OK when we highlighted Ethernet. And you can see right now that Ethernet is off. You can see that on the upper right hand corner of the screen. So I want to turn it on, so I'm going to go ahead and click OK and it'll turn it on. This should default to the correct settings, and if you don't know what your Ethernet cable is, it's just that network cable that kind of looks like a phone wire but a little bit wider and fatter. That's going to be plugged directly into the back of the box, and once you select OK here, it should automatically connect and give you your IP address. I'm not connected to the Ethernet, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this back off and get back out of here by hitting the return button. So when I hit the return button, it takes me back to this main page in settings. I'm going to connect to Wi-Fi connection, so I'm going to go over here to Wi-Fi, and when I click on Wi-Fi connection, it's going to pull up a list of networks that are available in my area over here on the left hand side. If you notice here, what's highlighted in the upper right hand corner is our on-off switch. Sometimes when people first turn on the box, this will be highlighted, but they'll also see their network highlighted over here on the left hand side. What they end up doing is they end up turning off the Wi-Fi. So just make sure that you have it on by pressing the OK button. With it on in the upper right hand corner, you're going to see all the networks on the left hand side. Now what you want to do is you want to hit the down arrow so that the on-off button is not selected. And I'm going to select my network. And it's connecting, and should, oh sorry, picked the wrong one, jumped around on me. And if that ever happens, when you select your Wi-Fi, over here on the right hand side, you're going to see Connect AP. Make sure that that says your network and you should be good to go. Don't pay attention to what happens on the left hand side. As long as you have the correct network selected where it says Connect AP, you should be good to go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and type in my password, and we can do that by using the directional arrows when the keyboard pops up on the screen. But I'm going to go ahead and use my remote control because it's all numbers. So here we go. To get done, we're going to go over here to this little check, hit OK, and let's try that again. Go over here, we're going to hit OK. Alright, if it ever does that, you can just hit the return button, you'll get out of there as well. And we're going to go down here to show password to make sure it's correct. Alright, everything looks good. Click that back off. We're going to click connect now, and what you're going to see on the top right where it says state, it's going to say connecting, and then it'll say connected when you're all connected. Now that we're connected to the internet, we're going to go back by hitting the return button to the main setting page. We can either go up to settings and back over to home, or you can just simply press the left arrow to get back to the home page. So now what we need to do, we need to make sure that we have a good internet connection. One of the first mistakes I see people making is they'll do a speed test on their laptop or on their iPhone or their Android phone, and they don't understand. They're getting great connection on their computer or on their phone, but they're not getting any connection with their box here. So we need to make sure that we test the speed of our internet on the box, and we've done that by setting up a very simple tool in our toolbox. We click OK on our toolbox, and you're going to see here all the information for our internet is going to be down on the bottom. If it says that it's not connected, you're going to see that little red writing there that says you're not connected to the internet, or possibly not connected to the internet. We're connected, and we want to go over here to test the speed of our internet. So we click OK, and it's going to pull up our little speed tester. Now there's two different ways that we can test the speed of our internet using this function. One of them is we need to use the skinny remote control, and the second way is we use our keyboard. If we're going to use our skinny remote control, there's a little button here to the bottom left of the OK button that says cursor. We need to press that one time, and then you press the arrow key one time, and you're going to see a little mouse pointer pop up on the screen. See that there? And if we press and hold the up arrow, it's going to go up, and we press and hold the down arrow, it's going to go down. it can be a little cumbersome. The other thing we can do is we can use our keyboard. The way that we do that is we just simply use the trackpad. Make sure this is on. We simply use our trackpad and we can move around, and you can see on the screen, you know, our mouse move around. It's a lot more fluid, a lot easier, and we just simply tap on it. This just takes a minute to test. So once it's testing, you're gonna see a good internet speed. Whoa, my internet speed is a little down right now. That's okay, it can still work. I can show you a few tips and tricks on getting a better internet connection. So there's gonna be 3 different numbers you're gonna see at the top. You're gonna see the ping, the download number, and the upload number. So the most important number is that download number. We want that number at anywhere between 10 to 15. It's going to give you the optimal speed to work best with your Renegade box. So right now our speed is a little low. There are a few ways that I'll show you on how to increase the speed of your internet. Now, one simple way is simply by moving your router. Now, I've installed a lot of different boxes, and one thing I've noticed is if you have your router and it's located in the far room of your house and you have the door shut, the signal from your router is not going to reach your little TV box. I've also seen people have it on the bottom of the shelf with a lot of metal or lights or things around it, their computer, what have you. That's all going to restrict the signal coming out from the antenna of your router, so that it's going to make it more difficult for your Renegade box to pick it up. So make sure that you don't have anything surrounding your router. Make sure that it's up on a shelf away from any obstructions. It's been crazy. I've seen it where I've simply moved it from the bottom shelf of a nightstand to the top shelf of the nightstand, and it went from having 2.5 megabytes per second download up to 16 megabytes per second download. That's a little trick there for you to increase your speed of your internet throughout your house. Really, really cool. So I've moved my router. So we're going to test the speed again. This time I'm going to use my skinny remote control to start the test. So again, I'm going to press the cursor button one time, and then I'm going to hit the down arrow one time. You'll see the mouse pointer pop up on the screen. Press the down arrow, hold it, and it'll go faster. You highlight the restart test, click the OK button, and you're going to see it starting to test the ping. Wow, look at that. Just by simply moving my box, I've increased my internet speed by nearly 13 megabytes per second. Isn't that crazy? Very, very cool. So that's a cool little trick to increase your speed, not just for your box, but also throughout your house. And once we've tested the internet speed, we can hit the return button to go back to the main page, hit return again to go back to our home screen. That's all I have for you here today. Be sure to check out more of our videos on our YouTube channel and check us out at tvrenegades.com. So once again, Senior Lobo signing off. Take care.